overtime the whole night yesterday. They sent me an email at 4 in the morning that it won't happen today. The idea here is that we want to make connections among members. And the way how we think we want to do this is currently we have our member wall in the quiet space where we just have a picture and a description of what people are doing. And we want to digitize this. So basically we want a member directory where people can say what skills do they have. Do they have any jobs to offer to other members, or are they looking for a job? And do they have anything that they can share, like a power drill or mixer or something? And put this in a simple interface.
What is this for a program?
Nice picture.
Yeah, it's called Pencil. This is just a wireframe. This is only a mock-up of the user interface. Yeah. And the idea is you click on a member, and then you can see who is this member, what skills do they have, what jobs do they have, what could they share. Or you could click on a skill, and then you can see which of the members actually have those skills. So if I need help with a smart lock, and then I can see, there's 5 people in my space that know something about smart locks. And this will be super easy, so members can just put in what skills they have, what projects they want to do, and what stuff they can share.
And as well what they search for?
They would search for anything. So they can either search on the top to search for smart lock, or they click on a skill, or they click on sharing stuff, or they click on a...
No, for example, maybe you don't want to write everything down what you have to offer, but then somebody is exactly looking for I don't know, a mixer or whatever, and then you can see, this guy is looking for a mixer. For sure I have it. I didn't know that it is so necessary to put in there my whole luggage item. So that would be interesting as well.
Yeah, maybe this is an extent. I mean, you can search for the jobs and projects. It's kind of where you can put a request for the stuff. Very often it's the same stuff. I mean, it's a handful of things that Nomad needs. It's a mixer, who has podcasting equipment, who has a great camera, stuff like this. It's rare that somebody's looking for something really strange. And then they can always post in a group.
But what about when a member leaves?
When a member leaves, they get removed.
If you're looking for a specific tool that one member has, the platform gives you the tool, but then the member is not here anymore.
The member is removed when they are no longer here. So, and this was also like a choice, because I believe there's many platforms where you can post jobs, so you can find freelancers and stuff. So it doesn't really make sense to create another platform like this. But if you're here locally, it's so much easier to say, hey, I have seen you have worked on smart locks, can we grab a coffee and talk quickly? So I think this is all about locality. You need to be here to be useful. Same, if I have a mixer and I'm in Chiang Mai, I'm not really useful. Right?
And is just for, let's say, professional purposes, this member directory, or like even for, let's say, recreational stuff?
I mean, we don't put any restriction here. So if you offer as a project, be my soulmate for 50% of my life, maybe someone is taking you up on this. Who knows? So I think you shouldn't put too much. So I mean, this is also something I believe is you should be very open. Like we can put some pools, but we don't know how members use it. So for example, for our poker nights, the first few poker nights we didn't have enough chips, and then they used my super expensive miniatures from the board games to represent hundreds and 500s. and so people will use the tools that they have for what they ever need to use them for. And of course, it's just like a prototype, but it's also not the core of our business. It's one of the tools for the members. It needs to be easy enough that it's not becoming a massive software development project, but it should be useful. Okay.
It's something that you have to do. You have to fill in yourself, right?
Yeah.
So probably not everyone will do it, I guess.
Yeah, but this is also okay. I mean, I don't want to force people to use stuff. Same with the member wall. Not every member is on the member wall, because some people don't want their picture and some people don't want to write what they're all about. But yeah.
You don't care about data shots, right? Because
GDPR. I mean, there's like no registration actually for this tool. So you just put in your emails that we already have, and then you get an email link. You don't even have to agree to our terms and conditions, because there's no terms and conditions. You do whatever you want to do.
I'm just asking because I need to bring all the people in my centers together and to build up a community inside out, and already they never are interested in joining my events. Something like this maybe is is like a hookup, like, come on, let's do something together, you only need to take part and to write 3 things in there, and they see each other because they can upload a picture, so something will start.
I think
Maybe
also
this
for privacy, this is something that we don't put any information into this thing. So if a member is here and does not fill out their profile, then they're just not on this tool. So it's like their own decision how much data do they want to give.
Provide, yeah.
And here they know it's like a safe, contained space, so it doesn't go on the internet. It's just like among other members. And people that are comfortable with that level of data privacy will probably use it. And
Yeah.
others that don't. I mean, we have the same with Facebook. We have some members that don't have Facebook. You're not the only one. I mean, for them, life is much harder, and there's not many. I mean, there's maybe 1 or 2% or so, but it's always like there's always someone coming. Oh, I don't have Facebook. How can I engage? And we tell them, okay, you need to create a Facebook account, even if it's a fake account. But then, if they don't use Facebook, they're not on there. They miss half of the discussions and so on. Which was one of the reasons why we want to do this digital signage. So if somebody is really not on Facebook, they get notified about the events. And I think it's similar with this too, so some people just don't want to share information online for multiple reasons, and they are valid reasons.
But it is online, right?
This will be
Later
online, yeah.
Will be, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But again, it's only you can only get in if you are actually a member. So you can't register here. The email is the email that we have in our member Google spreadsheet. So it's a private tool.
Well,
Da Facebook, so I don't know questo.
sì, ma è una cosa prima. May I add something about that? About this, let's say, to see the members, to see the skills, there are, let's say, an amount of tools called private social network, like what is like the advantage, disadvantage, that basically they are multi-platform and that you can use it for even for specific purposes, like you can customize which info you want from your member to putting inside. There are, let's say, already prepackaged software, and with the GDPR you don't have to caring about, and also the restriction is just seen by the members that you as an administrator can see it. It's let's say an independent app that you can have on your phone, on your browser, whatever. But as the disadvantage that we said before, it's still something that you pay a monthly fee, and of course I understood the point. But there are, maybe we can even talk about that, but there are an amount of, let's say, tools dedicated to the private social network where you can customize.
Okay, so I think this is most of the tools that I remember that we use, at least the most important ones. Maybe we can just go around the table a little bit, or people can come and use the browser so that we see a few other tools that people use in their spaces, or learn a bit. Who wants to share?
You have the wiki.
Oh, our wiki? Oh
Your
yeah,
wiki.
I didn't show it. We have one more tool called the wiki. It's something we have, as I said, a lot of people always ask when they come to Bansko, how do I get accommodation, how do I get transportation, and we created a wiki where we kind of link all this information together.
Basically
And
the lonely planet of Bansko.
it's a lonely planet of Bansko. But again, it's a lonely planet of co-working Bansko, so it's very relevant to what people search for. It's not so focused on tourism or other things. And this is based on a tool called Notion. Don't know if anyone has used Notion before. It's pretty cool. It's super easy to create information, like and then have views like this, where you have a table and it generates this stuff. I don't know if I can log in.
Does it cost money?
Notion.so.
Yeah.
Yes, it's Notion.so. Let me see. I should have an account here actually to show you the back end. Yeah. So basically, you can just type. It's easy, and then you can add certain elements, like for example, a page or a heading, images, and so on. And we have one member who is a Notion coach, or he's using Notion a lot in his trainings, and he decided to take a lot of the information that we had in documents before and put it all into a wiki, which is pretty useful. Did I forget any other tools? Oh, no. I mean, our main tool. I have to show you this. I mean, I mentioned MailChimp, and some of you that are staying longer are getting these onboarding emails. But I think this is kind of the core of co-working Bansko, is being able to tell members about the co-working space in these onboarding emails, because it helps people to understand what's going on. So everyone who is signing up is getting added to a list of emails that are sent every. Oh, how did I get in here? Where we are sending like every day another email. The first day is like welcome to co-working Bansko, then we tell you where you can eat, we tell you what event and activities normally happen in the space and how you can have one. We give people advanced member skills like how to maintain the coffee machine, how to operate the pellet burner if there's an alarm going off and stuff, so that we really want people to understand what are the things that they can fix. We give them some ideas about day trips. We ask them to review us, which also helped us to get on the homepage of coworker.com, which is super cool. I love it, but we don't get a lot of bookings from it. But we are here, yay! It's super hard though to get people to review stuff. So I mean nowadays you ask to review everything, and it's I mean I don't know, maybe 10% of our members reviewing us, and
So
I still have to push them sometimes.
this is also linked to the Google.
Yeah, so basically what happens here, the Google Sheet
Yeah.
is adding the email address to this onboarding email in MailChimp.
So that's another like
That-
software.
It's another
Trick
little
that you-
automation, but I mean, of course,
uh,
initially we did most of these things manually,
Yeah.
right? So somebody is, and then we add them to MailChimp and so on. And just over time, when there's more members, then we decided, okay, there's things that Svetlina is spending a lot of time on, it makes sense to automate this.
yeah.
But don't automate everything from the beginning. See like where
Exactly.
you're using a lot of manual time,
Yeah.
and then automate those stuff.
Can I ask you, like, they get it like on a daily basis, those
Yeah,
emails?
so the first emails are daily, and then this one is 3 days after number 5, so this comes on day 8. The review, and then 4 days later on day 12. So before the second week is over, we tell people how to buy real estate in Bansko and get residency and stuff like this. And then 12 weeks after, so like nearly 3 months after they became a member, we send them an impact survey where we ask them like, how did co-working Bansko change your life? How did you experience it? Are you still in contact with members? What is the nature of these contacts?
And
Exactly.
how many reply on that?
Also, unfortunately, not too many. So I would think maybe 25% or so.
Yeah, it says so.
But at least it's not
25%
so
click
bad.
rate.
Oh yeah, here. Oh, it even says 25%. So I mean,
Okay.
it's really hard to get people to engage. And even though they tell you, yes, this is the best co-working space ever, and you have changed my life, and I have a picture of you in my living room, they still don't do surveys and reviews, feedback. Felipe, however, gave us a review on coworker.com. Thank you for that. But, and I mean, also, you don't want to push members too hard, right? So, I mean, we put this in this onboarding email, so we remind them. It's also, I don't know if you saw these little signs that we have everywhere, like there's this play, play, play. In the toilets, we have one that says, reviewers on coworker.com takes only 5 minutes, which is average time that members spend on the toilet, so it's like a good use of your time. So you have to remind them, but you can't push them too hard. If you're like, hey, did you review me
Yeah.
already? It's like, it's not so great.
You forget the list, like how to become a golden member or something.
Yeah, that's not really technology. I mean, we also, and you saw this in the Welcome Back, so we have this Bansko bucket list, for example, with a list of things where people can say, okay, I did all these things, and obviously the things that we put on the list is behaviors that we want members to do. For,
But can't you automate it? That would be so cool, because then you can see who's like it's like a race, a competition.
I don't know.
Who's the best member?
But I mean, we have some stuff like you should eat in like these 10 restaurants and try the different restaurants, or you should do these day trips. But we also have stuff like, did you ever take some cups from the quiet space to the social space? Because we have the problem that all our cups always end up in the quiet space. The better coffee machine is here. So people grab a coffee, they grab the glass, they take it over in the quiet space, and there's a huge amount of glasses there, very little glasses here. So we try to reinforce the behavior that people bring back empty glasses. And this is one of the things on the bucket list. Did you do this, for example? But this is more like a behavioral thing. It's not really technology, I think.
No.
Okay.
But I get competitive through it, so I think some
Other technology. Do you use any other technology? No? Then people tell us how.
Analogic, everything is analogic.
Oh, in your space, everything is analog?
Yes, that's right. Because Italy is a very funny place. You need to have everything in paper. So when the people coming, we sign a contract, and this contract have the document. So you put the contract at the document because the police can come in and say, who are you? Say, yes, he's registered. So it's analogic. Them, Sylvia, make every week
Blackboard.
a blackboard where she put all the things that we're doing. So everything is analogic because the people coming from outside and they say, what happened in the evening? Oh, okay, so she must read. Analogic. It's good, analogic.
No, nothing about cobalt and things like this, no?
But do you have
Do you
computers?
have CUBB?
Internal. Just internal thing. Cost too much.
What do you mean internal thing? So you use Cobalt or not?
Internal for us. Just the people who work inside, they say, you need the classroom, you need the room, yes. we put
Okay.
it. But just for internal, we can do even with a Google.
Okay.
Yes, I have a question about the mails. How did you choose when to send each mail? Did you wait for a few days or?
I mean, the first few is stuff that I want people to know quickly, right? I mean, obviously the first one needs to be immediately because it tells you how the Wi-Fi is and how to get into the Facebook group.
We have something
And
technological.
then the other ones, I think, is more experimentation. I mean, I also think that people want to know like where to have lunch rather quickly. And then these events and activities, we also want people to get engaged quickly. But then the other stuff, maybe the advanced member skills are too quick. Maybe they should be a little bit later, 2 more days later. I don't know. And then the day trips is something that also is not on the first day because first you need to figure out what's going in Bansko before you go somewhere else outside Bansko.
So you didn't check just that what would be.
I mean, I didn't A/B test like who is opening, but you can see in general the opening rates on those are pretty high. So most people open them. The first one, everyone opens, and then it goes down a little bit, but still like 3/4 of the people are reading this.
Yeah, I really like these mails. I was really disappointed to stop getting mails.
I remember, I have something. It's a system that we're thinking for the for 25 hours, but we don't have we are not allowed to do. So there's a cameras, so the people can come in, and there's a system that can recognize him and give him a SMS. But I told you, we are not allowed because the municipality giving us the permit to do it. There's this one, that time, you see? Okay, so the camera can recognize him, okay, and send him an SMS, okay, and this SMS is a code. Here there's a little box, at the box. There's a little
Keyboard?
no, it's not keyboard. It's more analogical. Casaforte.
Pad.
No,
Pads, you have the code?
we have one upstairs.
Yeah, but there's no code.
Lock.
It's a lock.
Okay, it's a lock with a code. So, and you find the keys.
Hmm.
Okay, you open the first door, and then you're going to find another key. So you put another SMS, the number. You enter and they have an alarm, and you put another number in the alarm. So we have 5 steps.
Oh, that's like
Because it's
An escape room.
It's a municipality, you know.
Yeah, it's like
So
escape the room. Okay.
and the police arrive exactly in 5-6 minutes. Ask to him because sometimes we make a mistake and we make a lot of mistakes. And the police arrive in 6 minutes. What happened here? What happened here? Because it's a municipality, so you have we create a system that you can hack it because it's a 5 different systems. That's all. When we're going to have the possibility to do it, we're going to have the 24 hours. The municipality say, yes, you can do it. And we're going to activate it. This already exists, but we don't use it. But what happened, we have another camera internal.
How's the name of it?
Is this one? And we have another 3, but now we are not working because I don't know. There are stupid people who turn off the light. It's incredible. No?
Take the LAN cable.
You know, take the light. This is incredible. But the people can ask to me when something is wrong. The people can go to the camera and say, why the coffee machine doesn't work. So I don't need to go to the coffee machine, and I can answer And at the beginning it was so funny because nobody know that. No? And I say, I'm the ghost, I'm Philip. And you say, where's the voice coming from? Because you can talk and you can speak with the camera. It's a nice system. Now I am asking to a friend to do a very nice things when we meet in the making fair. He make robots. No? We asking for a little dog robot that can recognize you and come in and say, you need help? What the fuck? That's beautiful. That's the puppets work a lot in this moment. We have two big puppets, take a seat, and the people arrive and take a hug of the puppets. And we have a big beer, and we have a big duck. Incredible. And that's become, because there's arrived a lot of fathers and mothers that leave toys, and so we have a toys exchange. So the children, sometimes there's a lot of workers arrive with children and put the children working or play.
And when the co-worker doesn't come for a few days, we put the puppy on his chair.
Exactly.
Excellent. Yeah, this reminds me, we have one more technology tool that's barely working. So we have a camera up here that you can view online. And the idea was, and I will turn it off again, it has like a privacy screen, so you can actually see when it's taking a video or not. And the idea was that when we have presentations, it would be super cool to be able to record and stream these presentations. But this is something that doesn't fully work yet. So we have the camera, but there's no automatic way to record or stream yet. But this is also something that a lot of members have started asking, like when we do skill sharing sessions, can we keep those somewhere?
You know what happened? We make that like experiment, but they prefer to stay at home and coming. And so we say, okay, if you want to see, just wait maybe a week. But it's much better you coming to the event. So we did, and you find by Facebook streaming maybe 30 person, and in the room there are 2.
Did you automate this somehow? Like what tool are you using to record this? Or you're just recording with the hero and then uploading manually?
With this one? No, this is
no, like for your sessions, how did you do the recording?
What we use it, you asking? Now we're using a tablet, a simple tablet. We use it at the beginning, cameras and mixer, but take time and take another person. So we try to make something like made by users. So it's more easy to use the telephone and put the stuff like this, and you record it and you put in Facebook Live.
Okay.
That's what we use it. Because now the streaming platform, they're not more for free. So we used it last year, use streaming and live streaming. Yeah, because they're free and they're very good. And now it's not more the free service. So you use Facebook or YouTube. YouTube was very good, but not very good in time. For example, if you have something for 40 minutes, something like this, the connection falling a lot of time. Facebook is not incredible, but it's more
Stable.
just stable.
Okay.
Just
Marcus, what tools do you use?
Not that many. I'm working on paper so far. I don't have like many numbers. But I'm going to use CUBB because we don't have much members, and I can go for the smallest package. And as well, I want to try to integrate the helping with the locks again.
Keysy?
No, not Keysy.
A tab key.
Tab key. And as well, I want to integrate EasyZip, this printing software, which makes it easy that I don't know how it will work out, but it gets integrated into CUBB as well, and a member can like get access to it and can print out 100 copies for free. This is the fair use, because my bosses are afraid that people come and print out a lot of stuff, especially in color. and so we can see how many prints this guy is doing, or like he can pay afterwards for all the prints over 100 prints. You understand? Sorry, still a little bit sleepy. So this is the future. How it will work out, I don't know. There is nothing.
What kind of printers are you using? Like, do you have like a service contract that somebody is servicing the printer, or?
No, we just bought a Xerox printer. There's one cheap one, the C405, and this is the only one which works with EZIP together. And because you have the possibility to make copies of something, and this printer gives all the data to EZIP and count even the copies. And this was the aim, or this was the reason why